Aquarius, my dear, before you think this is just another prediction, let me invite you to come closer. Not with your feet, but with your attention. Take a deep breath, place your hand on your chest, and listen. There is a silent current flickering in the space around you, and that signal carries something important. I will speak it step by step, because what is about to be revealed does not need haste. It needs clarity. There is a truth moving in the shadows near you, not like a sentence being handed down, but like an opportunity opening up. You, Aquarius, the one who sees further ahead than most, are now being asked to recognize that vision is not only for dreaming. Vision needs action, it needs structure, and sometimes even compromise. To become real, this will show itself through a chain of signals, an unexpected exchange, a reply from someone in your network, an idea sparking awake in the middle of the night, and all of it will push you toward a choice. If these words reach you, sign your name with a small comment below. I trust my vision and I am ready to act. Writing it will be more than words. It will be an anchor for your will. Write it, fix it into your reality. I have opened a spread for you full of images and energy, not to say that everything is predetermined, but to show you the currents gathering around you. And here, the signs are clear. The light of creative thought is running close by. Beside it, the leftover dust of social comparisons, and the small whispers of those near to you. In the middle of it all, there is a need for justice, not the dry kind of legal justice, but the justice of vision. Who is seen, who is heard, who is given a chance. Let me put it into plain language. Very soon you will face a conversation where ideas are placed on the table. It could be an email, a virtual meeting, a project proposal, or even an invitation to collaborate. The news will arrive like a spark of electricity, sudden without warning but undeniable. And it will stir two natural reactions: excitement, because you see what you've been waiting for, and anxiety, because you wonder if the past might repeat itself. This is the moment to separate vision from wishful longing. The one making the offer may be sincere, but they may also bring contradictions of their own. On the emotional axis, where you are sensitive to the flow of social energy, a memory or an old idea will rise again. Not as an ex-lover, not as heartbreak, but as a plan once postponed, now returned, this time with more wisdom, this time with more resources. But for it to succeed, you must hold on to clarity. Do not let personal feelings blur the plan. Do not let pride turn into pointless arguments. Listen carefully, Aquarius. Silence, when chosen wisely, is not surrender. Silence can be strategy. When you hold back your reactions, your reason shines like a lamp, showing clearly who truly supports your vision and who only uses words to gain from it. Restraint itself can be proof of wisdom. You do not need to shout to prove your worth. That worth will shine on its own, when it is placed in the right setting. Still, I must warn you of one shadow: the small actions, the careless words, the subtle rivalries that create a fog of doubt. This is not some grand conspiracy. It is erosion, little by little. Comparisons, half-spoken comments, moves that are not entirely clean in your close circle. These things drain creative energy, and if not addressed, they can turn a promising project into a knot of confusion. When you see the signs, don't rush into conflict. Do two things at once: protect your boundaries and present the truth with facts. Here, justice appears not in the form of a courtroom trial, but as a restoration of balance. There are signs that a certain debt, social or professional, is about to be resolved. It might be recognition, it might be a payment, it might be a fair return of what is owed. And this will free you, allowing you to make decisions with a clearer mind. In practical terms, this could mean organizing your finances, restructuring your time, or renegotiating the terms of a partnership so it matches your long-term vision. Remember this principle: Aquarius represents community, the future, and timeless ideas. So when an old idea returns, it does not come back only for you. It comes back to be tested in a new setting, where the community will watch, weigh, and respond. Your responsibility is twofold: keep the creative vision alive, and translate that vision into words that others can understand and support. This is a gentle kind of leadership that few have mastered, turning vision into language, language into a plan, and the plan into collaborative action. I see acceleration in the events around you. Not chaos, but a deliberate speed, Signals arrive quickly and you must respond with care. Not every message needs an answer. Only the ones that matter most. When information travels as fast as light, the wise response is to set criteria. What matches the vision and what is only noise? Setting those criteria, simple and clear, will help you stay calm when the waves arrive. Now about matters of the heart. If you are waiting for someone or something to return, a reconnection, a collaboration, an apology, know this: the return may come with an unfinished story. The one who returns may carry scars, excuses, hesitation. Before you open the door completely, ask for proof in real life. Small changes, concrete actions, clear responsibility. Reviving a relationship or a project is not only about emotion, it must be proven through steady action. Just as a seed only grows when it has soil, water, and light. One of today's lessons for you is the difference between vision and timing. Your vision operates in long cycles. Timing works in short cycles. The talent is in knowing how to join the two. That is what turns an idea into a legacy. To make vision real, you need a clear map, consistent small steps, the right partners, people who take responsibility, and measurable checkpoints. If you apply this process, you will avoid the emotional detours that can distract your project. Now, here is a practical exercise. Make a list of 3 things you must verify in any upcoming relationship or offer. 1. Commitment of time. Will they actually devote the hours? 2. Financial evidence. Is there real support and resources? 3. Transparent communication. Do they speak clearly or do they avoid? It may sound practical, but practicality is what keeps your vision safe from empty promises. I also need to speak about tending your spiritual garden. This means keeping yourself free from pollution, from comparisons and whispered doubts. Your goal is not to prove who is right or wrong. Your goal is to protect the sacred ground where your ideas grow. When you defend that space, you allow intuition to do its work. Intuition only functions well in an environment free from noise. So, setting boundaries is not just defense, it is an act of creation. Like building a fence around the garden so the plants can grow in their proper rhythm. And in the community sphere, remember this: Aquarius holds influence when you speak to the crowd with honesty and with facts. Do not be afraid to share both the failures and the successes. When you lay out the process, including the mistakes, you do not lose credibility. You gain trust. People respect those who admit their errors and then correct them. That is leadership. Transparency builds lasting strength. I see a season of recovery ahead for you. Not loud, not flashy, but deep. It will steady your emotions and your finances enough for you to make decisions with a quieter mind. During this time, focus on 3 priorities. First, organize the small finances, set a budget for your project. Second, record every important exchange, the emails, the contracts. And third, set checkpoints, 30 days, 90 days, to review your progress. These 3 simple actions are practical tools that keep your vision from turning into fantasy. Now, a message for your heart. Not everything that returns is meant to stay. Some people, some opportunities come back only to teach you a lesson, to give you the essence, and then move on. Do not be afraid to say no if an offer does not honor your vision. Turning down what is unworthy is not failure. It is protecting your long-term value. Before we close this part, I want to leave you with a small but powerful invitation. If these words stir your intuition, write this in the comments below. I trust my vision and I am ready to act. And if you wish, add one short note. One action I will take in the next 48 hours is. Writing it turns choice into action. And action is the only bridge between vision and legacy. Finally, take this short lesson with you. Intuition gives you the vision. Reason gives you the plan. Community gives you the lift. When all 3 come together, what once felt like a dream becomes a series of clear, measurable steps. You, the one who sees possibilities before others, already hold the hardest part. The vision. Now it is time to bring in skill, discipline, and courage to carry it out. Take a deep breath, see what is coming. And when you are ready, speak it out loud to the world and to yourself. I am ready to embrace my great destiny. When your heart trembles, when the wind of new ideas moves through you, when a message from the future knocks at your door, the wisest thing is to anchor the light with sacred words. Say them with me out loud, with faith and without fear. I release confusion, I keep clarity, and I welcome the vision and abundance that are my divine right. Feel that current running gently down your spine, as if an invisible hand placed a warm cloak over your shoulders. That is the energy of your future self, the wiser, steadier version of you, whispering through the star. Your value is not negotiable. And so I return to the Knight of Cups because I know your mind is circling. A letter, an idea written down, a first step that is opening. Aquarius, child of air and knowledge, Temperance will answer you with the calm of a soul that does not rush. You do not need to chase. What truly belongs to you will come when you stand centered in yourself. Focus on what nourishes you, healthy routines, rest, and strengthening your body as the foundation for your mind to rise. The Knight of Cups, the true bringer of water to thirst, will knock with gentleness, not with storms. And if he is not answered, that too is an answer. You do not beg for recognition. You sow in fertile ground and you harvest where you are valued. The moon still casts its quiet shadow around you, but do not fear. That card reveals that intuition will protect you if you trust it. So if lately you have felt tense conversations, hesitant glances, whispered words, do not be surprised. The Seven of Swords and the Five of Wands already explain it. Your light will blind those who only know how to live in noise. So remember, not every word deserves your reply. Choose your battles wisely. Selective silence is an invisible wall, one that many cannot cross. And justice stands with you, ensuring that what needs to be revealed will be revealed without you forcing it. Look upon the Six of Cups with tenderness. Beyond the promise of return, it reminds you that you are finding yourself again. The ideas, the creative projects, even the carefree smile you once lost, now it is time to return them to yourself. And when you do, Temperance places every piece into its rightful place. Without show, without noise, you are raising your frequency and naturally attracting those people and opportunities that move in your rhythm. That brilliance will not only inspire, it will open the way for fairness and bring people who truly want to see you shine. Aquarius, sometimes just one invisible breath changes the atmosphere of an entire room. Today I see such a turning point. Justice, the Six of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands combining to bring news, release, and a decision that helps you move forward. Do not run away, but do not avoid it either. Face it directly, speak with respect for yourself and for the other person, and then let time prove the truth. Remember, true love, true opportunity never needs to be fought for, never needs to be defended. It shows itself as natural recognition. Before moving on, I invite you to seal this message with action. Write these words in the comments as a prayer for your destiny. I walk with humility and gratitude. The truth unfolds before my eyes. This is not an empty ritual. It is how you declare to life that you are ready with steady feet and a clear heart. And now let me whisper what you most need to hear. The star has never taken its eyes off you. I feel that presence in every word. Even when you think you are alone, there is a force lifting you, holding you up when you feel like falling. That is why you are reminded today. Keep humility in victory, keep faith in the dark. Be grateful for each step, honor each lesson, and do not lose compassion for yourself. The balance between justice and temperance is the key. Firm but not rigid. Clear but not cutting. Loving but without losing yourself. And here is a guide. When the message from the Knight of Cups arrives, breathe deeply, read it calmly, and listen to your body. If you feel peace, move forward. If not, pause. Your Aquarian intuition does not lie. And the moon, when faced directly, will always point your next step. When you feel your throat tight, and let yourself rest. No clock has the right to rush a soul that has not yet chosen its rhythm. If doubt presses down, return to the sacred words we spoke. Repeat them once more, and they will open a crack for clarity to flow in like morning light through a door. On the edge of your table, where decisions rest as lightly as dewdrops, 2 cards still lie face down. I have not turned them over, because the story of 10 cards already carries enough strength to move you safely forward in the days ahead. Those 2 cards hold the names of pivotal shifts, unseen hands weaving threads in the dark, and a door waiting to open with extraordinary precision. But for them to reveal themselves, we must wait until the time is ripe. For the right unveiling always has a perfect accuracy, pulling every piece back into place. Be calm. Hold the lamp of your inner light steady and listen. Something important is about to be spoken in its full words, but not in haste, not by force. And there is something I have not yet said. A deep cleansing is already taking place within you, like a tide rising quietly, washing the shore, carrying away what no longer belongs. The moon, your unseen protector, is stirring the waters inside you. What was stuck begins to flow toward the sea, leaving space for movement anew. What once felt binding and rigid is loosening. Knots tied by envy, judgment, or harsh words that weighed you down now start to dissolve under the light of your will. Yes, you may have faced days so heavy it was hard to stand. Your chest tight, your inner home hollow. But the miracle is this: every morning you still chose to rise. Even with slow steps, even with trembling heart, each step has been welcomed on a higher plane. And an invisible hand, smiling, lifting, whispers, every step you take is a victory. That energy takes the shape of a mother, not by gender, but as a force of warm preservation. She smooths your brow as you sleep. She whispers when you doubt. She knows you better than anyone, and she does not ask you to be hard in a cruel way. She only asks you to be honest with yourself. Her counsel is this: let go with confidence. Letting go is not abandoning duty or kindness. Letting go is choosing not to carry what is not true. You have been generous with those not ready to change. You have held on to relationships out of habit, out of fear of hurting others, out of pity. But this new season will not carry such burdens. Let the Mother of Heaven or the guardian within gently draw you forward with honesty and practicality. She says, you do not need to be harsh, only true. And truth does not mean cruelty. Truth means respecting the space of potential for both souls. In this quiet, a turning point has been prepared in the unseen. Soon it will manifest in your daily life, in a person, an unexpected opportunity, or a decision you never considered. You will know the moment because your heart will beat in a new rhythm, like a violin string tuned just right. And at that same moment, a fresh peace will cover you as if you are safe in the home of your own soul. Do not dismiss this sign. When your spirit says yes to faith, the universe, in its subtle order, shifts the flow to place you exactly where you belong. Blessings have long been waiting for your yes, waiting for your unwavering commitment, for your pure belief. Listen carefully now. What comes next is subtle, quiet, yet it carries the power to change everything. This week, a reconciliation begins to take shape. Those who were once close are drawing near again. The meetings are not just regret, not just shallow apologies, but awakenings. They realize that what the two of you built once carried something sacred. That person may be an old lover, maybe a business partner, maybe a friend who once hurt you, finally feels the loss of something they cannot replace. They seek a way to knock at your door again, quietly, silently, wondering if you will open. For you, even though the wound has healed, there is still a current of feeling flowing underneath, not erased. But hear the counsel of your protector. If they return, let them return with transparency. No deception, no half measures, no hidden motives. Demand honesty and the will to rebuild, because you are no longer interested in fragments. You want wholeness. Your inner home has no room for someone who only peers through the window, but will not enter and light the fire with you. And if they do not return, if they choose to stay on the far shore, rest easy. They leave you a treasure, the lesson, the space to grow, and a wider road ahead. You will keep moving, flowing with the water, reaching toward the greater ocean, calling into your life those who recognize your worth without needing a manual or an explanation. There is another force at work, very Aquarian in nature. This is not only personal, this is about adjusting the network around you. When you cleanse yourself, you also cleanse your ecosystem of relationships. And that ecosystem will mirror your vision. You draw to you communities in rhythm, minds that resonate, allies willing to build for the long term. It is the domino effect. One small act of truth sets off a larger wave. Allow yourself to move slowly. When your chest feels tight, do not blame yourself. That pause is necessary, like tuning the strings of a great instrument. And when you are ready, open the door, but not to just anyone. Open it to those who bring responsibility, transparency, and the will to create. Let love return as commitment. Do not let it return as crumbs. Now take a deep breath. Repeat the affirmation we spoke. Feel your heartbeat fall in rhythm with the sea. Be grateful for each, no matter how small, because each step has made your choices sharper. And when the two face-down cards are turned, when their names and movements are revealed, you will meet them with the calm you have cultivated. You do not need to chase. You need only to recognize, to analyze, and to choose the step aligned with your larger vision. Remember this: purification is not loss. It is the condition that expands your capacity to hold more light. When you are cleansed, you are not empty, you are enlarged. You are able to carry more. Trust this miracle. Let the tide carry away the old so the sea can open for the new vessel of your life to sail forward. Love, Aquarius, is not something to beg for. It is something to honor, to protect, and to praise. So now lift your head, not out of pride, but because your dignity deserves to breathe in the light and the free air. Look up at the sky where your eternal stars shine and say to yourself that you understand. You will care for yourself like the keeper of future seeds. You will choose joy even when the road wins. Because a force has been holding you, and this is not the ending. It is the beginning. You cannot yet imagine what destiny has written in your name, but I can feel it. Because that light has already shown me in silence. A new chapter has been drawn. It is beautiful. It is right. So right that when it arrives at your door, you will finally understand why you had to be so strong. Take a deep breath with me. Close your eyes, let your feelings settle. And I will give you a sacred decree, a key to open the gate of what is new. I lovingly release what has weighed me down. I trust my path and I calmly receive the light of the stars. Feel those words wrap around you like a warm coat placed on your shoulders at dawn. And carve it deep within, dear Aquarius. What belongs to you, no force can take away. Because your roots reach deep into the network of humanity, and your heart, though sensitive, is wide enough to hold the world you love without ever losing yourself. If you have come this far, it is not by accident. Your soul has chosen this exact moment to awaken in a new way. You have carried silence. You have carried questions. You have given kindness even while your heart was cracked, and you still managed to warm others. Only a great soul can do this. You are a child of the sky, electricity running through a living body, and this sensitivity is not weakness. It is a gift. The gift to feel the rain of ideas before it falls. The gift to know who deserves a seat at your table and who does not. You carry the role of the reminder, the one who leads others home when they are lost in the noise. And now, after hearing all that the unseen presence has whispered, let me bring you something more. Blessings do not fall at random. The new arrives only when you clear the inner room, when you sweep away guilt that was never yours, when forgiveness smooths the jagged memories. Only then can Aquarian energy, the energy of renewal, take root. You are standing at the turning point where pain stops stabbing and begins to become purpose. You will recognize it through small details that shake mountains inside you. An unexpected conversation. A coincidence that gives you chills. A memory rushing back with tears you did not know you held. It is as if the sky is speaking in a language only intuition understands. The new cannot enter if resentment still covers the soul, if old pain lies deep in memory, if guilt has not been released. That is why I ask you to forgive yourself gently as you would embrace a lost child. Forgive yourself for staying where you were not cherished. For giving too much to those who could not hold you, for keeping silent to avoid conflict, for believing you were small when in truth you carried the strength of a universe. Set down the backpack. You do not need it for the road ahead. Yes, a soul still beats within you, someone who has not yet cut the invisible cord. Even when they smile, the connection is not temporary. It belongs to an ancient thread. But remember, this is not about bowing or losing dignity at any door. It is about naming what remains unsaid, so it no longer turns into insomnia, anxiety, or uncried sorrow. Today, someone will dream of you with a clarity that startles them. They will wake with your name on their lips, shaken by the emptiness of your absence. They will think of writing, calling, crossing the street. But fear holds them, fear of your answer, fear you no longer wait, fear that silence has swallowed love. And you who so often look strong, deep inside still sense that faint waiting, like a lantern in the window, hoping for a sign that what you lived was real. This moment is not for rash outward action, but for a quiet declaration within. Tell yourself with each daily gesture, I am ready, not ready for scraps, ready for what is worthy. If that soul is part of destiny, your spirits will find their way back without blame, without harm, in clarity. And if not, the sky will bring one better suited. One whose eyes feel like home. One whose arms are clean and do not make you beg for love as charity. While you wait, do something to reignite your fire. Return to a shelved project, a dream postponed, a talent hidden by survival. When you reconnect with purpose, when you place fresh flowers on your table, the world arranges itself around you. From that peace, your guardian whispers, live without fear, step with faith, feed yourself with experiences that brighten vision. Because material life is brief, but the soul stretches like the galaxy. And the only things we carry are the loves we truly lived and the brave steps we dared. You do not walk blind, there is guidance. There is an unseen hand. There are daily signs that you are not lost. The song that plays at the right moment, the butterfly crossing your path, the feather on the ground, the sudden scent of memory. Each is a message, a caress from beyond the way the mother says, "Keep going, you are not alone." Close this chapter with gratitude and certainty, like the moon closing a cycle to prepare for new light. Nothing is spoken to frighten you. On the contrary, this is a call to awaken. Heaven has never left you for a second. The one who gave you life still breathes in your courage, still guides every step toward peace. Your story is not broken by hardship. Even when your heart sank, your story kept moving into brilliance where you reconcile with yourself. But to pass that threshold, you must shed the old skin that once protected you. A shell that saved you in storms will become a weight if you refuse to release it. Memory has served its purpose. The wound has taught its lesson. Every tear was a seed, and now the seeds sprout. You will see the signs, a sudden conversation, a dream that feels near, the urge to clear your space, the giving away of what no longer belongs, not impulse, preparation. Your soul is laying foundations like a house swept clean before the honored guest arrives, and that room will not stay empty. Someone is coming closer, carrying an answer. Perhaps not in the form you imagined, but life always surprises Aquarius, opening gates you never predicted. This presence will arrive naturally without show, but bringing deep peace. You will see in their eyes a place you know but never named. You will breathe beside them and whisper, "How strange to feel so at home with someone new." And you will know it is not random. It is your destined soul companion. At the same time, the knots that worried you unravel. A debt shifts, a stalled project finds a path. Family tensions ease, not childish magic, but the outer world reflecting your inner order. If you doubt this new soul, let time answer. Do not chase anyone who cannot see your worth. Let love decide its place. If love is real, it will return. If not, it will open the door to joy you never imagined. You were born to shine, and your light must not hide under any table, not under family comparison, not under shallow friendships, not under a partner who let you go. You are the sacred flame walking with the stars' light, and the universe knows it. That is why a firm voice rises within you today. Before we part, make one simple gesture. Tonight, when the noise falls away, go to the mirror. Not to judge, but to truly see. Look into your eyes, see all you have carried, the times you healed yourself, the tenderness you offered even in failure. Place your hand on your chest. Let silence tell you how far you've grown. You need no 1,000 words. Just remember today's vow and let it flow through you like an endless current, polishing rough stone into crystal. If you want to seal this reading and tie it to your path, write this in the comments so the stars can hear. I release and I trust. My inner home is at peace. And heaven today confirms, what is coming is just beautiful and on time. Do not stop now, for the most sacred door is opening before you. You, child of light, deserve every good wave. Let peace wrap around you like endless arms, as true love approaches, gentle as dawn on the sea, radiant as the guardian star of Aquarius.